Today on Community Watch, I'm having a conversation with Dalton Lemelle, Coach Lemelle to many, Dr. Lemelle to others, who is running a Veterans Upward Bound grant program. Actually, two big grants in this area. So veterans need to listen up. And if you know a veteran, you need to listen for them. This is a big deal, could be a huge opportunity. You don't want to miss it. Community Watch starts now. Welcome to Community Watch. I'm John Hershey, and my guest today is the amazing, unbelievable, famous near and far, Coach Dalton Lemelle. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Doc.
So good to see you.
Likewise, great to see you as always.
All right, I know we have some things to talk about, but I need to get some things established.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have how many degrees?
I just completed my 7th degree, Doc. 7th and final.
Well, let's review them, shall we? Tell me your degrees.
Okay.
Any order you wish.
I have 3 degrees from the Air Force community. It's a community college degree,
Okay.
a technical degree.
All right.
One's in information management, one's in recruiting, and runs in human resource management.
All right, so that's 3.
That's 3.
All right.
And then I have a bachelor's degree in human resource management. I have a master's degree in instructional technology, another master's degree in, sports management, master's of science degree in sports management. I have my doctor's degree in higher education leadership.
That's the last one.
That's it.
So
Yep.
far.
Yep, so far.
Now you saying there won't be any more,
Well,
but I know you well enough to know. You could
If,
be adding a few more PhDs here and there.
if anything, Doc, I will pursue like maybe a life coach certification, something like that. But yeah, that's
Now the doctorate happened fairly recently.
yes, sir. May of last year.
So
Actually, I completed.
You are now Dr. Lemelle.
Yes, sir.
How does that feel?
Oh, it's like one of the biggest accomplishments of my life.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a while, a long journey. You know, just a journey that I heard a lot of people say couldn't be done. You know, based on my early upbringing and with education and how I looked at education was like a joke in my past. You know, but once I joined the military, once I went into the Air Force, that all changed.
Yeah.
And I became a lifelong learner while I was in basic training, and I turned 55 in September and got my.
You're just a baby. You have time for multiple more doctorates.
Oh no, that's it.
Well,
That's
see.
it.
We'll see. And when you said that people said it was unlikely
Yeah.
for you to get your, I'm thinking it's unlikely because of your schedule. Because you are the busiest man I know.
Well, we do, because we partner with quite a few things in helping people, but that's the whole intent.
Yeah.
We help people, and when you're helping people, it's not about work. So there's always time that is there to help people, along with still keeping those work life boundaries and making sure everything is good personally. But when you're helping people,
Well, we're going to talk about some of the ways that you are currently helping people.
yes, sir.
Now, I know you are a part-time faculty member at Georgia Highlands,
Yes.
and you are known by students certainly, and many of the rest of us as Coach Lemelle,
Yes, sir.
in part because you coach the Highlands / Brother to Brother club basketball team,
Yes, sir.
and have done that for quite a while.
Yes, sir. For 9 years.
All right, so you are literally a coach in that sense, but also success coach.
Yes.
So, and we're going to talk more about that, but so the term coach really fits you in a lot of different ways. And I don't know if I can make the shift to Dr. Lemelle. I mean, I could say Dr. Coach. Dr. Coach.
So I still, Doc, I still go by Coach.
Yeah.
It really hasn't sunken in yet that I'm doctor now.
Yeah.
And it probably may not.
Well,
You know, but as far as respect goes, for me, coach is the ultimate, based on the fact of how important it is to work with others and help lead others in a direction so that they can be successful in life.
yeah.
Because it's not just about athletics. So
Well, we may get back to it. It's hard to know because once we get started, I don't know if we'll circle back or not. But,
yes, sir.
We're going to spend some time talking about a veterans initiative. So let me take a second and look into the camera and say, if you are a veteran, or if you have veterans in your family, or if you know people who are veterans, you need to focus on Coach Dr. Lemelle for the next 15, 20 minutes, because this is a program you want to know about. If not for yourself, then maybe for somebody you know, because it's pretty incredible. You and your team have been running several Upward Bound grants.
Yes.
These are big federal grants that last multiple years,
Yes, sir.
and you've been doing them very successfully.
Yes, sir.
Recently, you applied for and received 2 Veterans Upward Bound grants.
Yes.
These are grants, also big federal grants that last multiple years, but are focused on helping veterans.
Yes.
So that's what we need to talk about. And there are a lot of pieces to this. So, let's take our time and go through all of it.
Right.
So for folks that are unfamiliar with the Upward Bound family of grants, what is the general purpose of an Upward Bound grant?
The purpose of the Upward Bound grant is to assist students who are low income, first generation, academically at risk to fail. That's the focal point. So we target those areas regardless of race. We're focused on low income, first generation, academically at risk students.
Yeah.
And we work with those students. Once we qualify them for the program, we work with those students to eliminate any and all barriers that stand in their way to graduate high school. We also get them ready for college, and we have so many different type of ways of doing that. So we prepare them for college, assist them with their college enrollment, with their financial aid paperwork. Again, our job is to eliminate all those excuses or barriers or whatever we want to call it for them to be successful. So once we enroll them in college, get them going, we're actually success coaching them all the way through their college career so that they can graduate college as well. So and we have had students that we've began to work with when they were in 9th grade, and we've stayed with them from 9th grade through high school graduation, and we have some seniors right now.
All right. So,
college seniors.
so that general description fits the upward bound grants
Yes.
that are not focused on veterans.
Yes.
And you mentioned the term first generation. So just to clarify, a first generation student is a student who has not had someone in their immediate family
Yes.
to graduate from college with a bachelor's.
With a bachelor's degree.
So
Yes.
they may have people who started or perhaps got an associate degree,
Right.
but they've never had anybody finish a bachelor's degree in their immediate
In their
family.
immediate family. Yes, sir.
And that, not always, but that typically means that they don't have close mentors in the family to guide them through that process. And for folks who either are in college or have been there or have kids that are going through it, it's a process.
Exactly.
I mean, the paperwork, the financial aid, it's
Yes.
a lot. And if you don't have somebody that can guide you through it, it can be overwhelming.
Very
really.
discouraging. Yes.
And it's not unusual, I know, it's not unusual for a student to hit a wall,
Right.
something they can't figure out on their own, and they just stop.
Right.
So that's the first generation piece. All right, so that tells us a little bit about Upward Bound in general, but the two grants that you have received fairly recently
Yes, sir.
are Upward Bound grants that focus on veterans.
Yes.
So how would this program that works with high school students, how does it apply these new grants to veterans?
Doc, believe it or not, it's very similar. Difference is we focus on veterans, retirees, guards, reservists, those that have represented or been in the military, such as myself, because I'm a retired Air Force vet, and we focus on them with assisting them with their education and also other paperwork that they may need assistance with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as qualifications go, still first generation, low income, with the veterans disabled, and also with that piece of being academically challenged in a way of being set up for academic failure. And the environment, the area that our target areas are known for that academic failure piece, to whereas that's why it wasn't much of a challenge to actually get the grants awarded because of the areas where we're focused on.
Yeah, but there are not that many of these veterans grants in the state, I understand.
Yes, sir. There are only 3 total in the state of Georgia. Georgia State has had a veteran upward bound program for over 20 years. However, we have, the Learn Foundation have the other 2. We have 2 veteran upward bound programs that target 7 counties in the state, and all of them are in our northwest area. So one grant represents Bartow, Floyd, Paulding, and Polk. The other program or grant represents Douglas, Carroll, and Haralson counties.
All right, and I am going to stop you right there, Dr. Coach, because
Yes,
we're
sir.
coming up on a break. When we get back, we're going to talk about how this Veterans Upward Bound works and how folks can get in touch with you and a lot more. So don't go away. This is a very important program for veterans. You want to know more about it. We'll be right back.
You belong at Georgia Highlands College. As a university system of Georgia College, GHC offers high quality and career focused instruction at a fraction of the cost, with over 40 programs to choose from, including 8 career targeted bachelor's degrees. With small class sizes and personalized attention, our programs are designed to help you achieve your goals and make a positive impact in your community. So what are you waiting for? You belong at Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome back to Community Watch. I am talking with Dalton Lemelle, whether you prefer Coach or Dr. Lemelle or Dr. Coach. And we're talking about a Veterans Upward Bound program, actually 2 grants that you received in the past year.
Yes, sir.
So you're really just getting started with them. And these are large federal grants that are multiple years in duration.
Yes.
And you have a staff in place to help you carry out these large grants.
Yes, sir.
So just picking up on what you said in the first segment, one of the grants covers veterans that live in Floyd, Polk, what are the other 2 counties?
Paulding.
And there's a 4th one.
We have Bartow, Floyd.
Bartow, that's
Yes.
the one. So Floyd, Bartow, Polk, and Paulding. That's
Yes,
one.
that's
one
one.
of the grants.
Yes, sir.
And the other one is Harrelson, Douglas, and Carroll.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So veterans that live in one of these 7 counties.
Yes.
Could be eligible for the program.
Yes.
And as I understand it, veterans that live outside of these counties, if they attend an institution, a college, inside those 7 counties,
Yes,
they
sir.
might also be eligible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whew, it's complicated.
Oh, we good. We good.
All right. All right, so we have these 2 veterans grants. Now, you mentioned, and I just want to make sure it's clear, near the end of the first segment, you mentioned the Learn Foundation.
Yes.
All right, so just so folks will know, Learn Foundation is your
Nonprofit.
501c.
501(c).
All right, so, and it is what is behind these grants, right?
Yes, sir.
So I mean, you are the man, but your company, your nonprofit,
Yes, sir.
is doing the running of these grants.
Yes, sir.
And folks can actually look at that website.
Yes.
learnfoundation.org, I believe.
Yes.
O-R-G.
Yes.
It's a very pretty website, I must say.
Thank you.
And get all of the information we're talking about right there.
Yes.
All right. So Learn Foundation.
Inc.org.
Inc.org. Is that part of the website?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Learn Foundation Inc. I-N-C.
Yes.
.org.
Uh-huh.
All right. We'll remind you of that at the end. So if you want to get something to write this down. All right. So the Veterans Upward Bound, as I understand it, and I want you to elaborate, the purpose of it is to help veterans complete college.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Well, that's one piece.
Okay.
Our mission is to assist veterans, to supply them the tools that they need to be successful, not just in college, but in life in general. So, as we all know, and I have this line that I use quite frequently, Stevie Wonder can see that there have been issues in the past with veterans having issues with the Veteran Affairs, Department of the Veterans Affairs, with paperwork, with people not answering the phones or whatnot. So what we do, because before we can get a veteran enrolled in school, we need to make sure that they are set up in other facets of their life where there's no barriers, like what we were talking about in the first segment with the high school students. Same thing applies to our veterans. If they're having issues with with not having their DD 214s or educational situation with their military paperwork, we assist them with all of those type of things, so that again that transition, we can eliminate that type of barrier so that they can have that access to have a free mind, stress-free, and pursuing going to college. So that's what our major thing is to make sure those barriers are eliminated, and then the veterans would have that access to go to school. Now, if we have veterans that don't need that type of assistance with the paperwork, and they are ready to go into college, then we assist them with that admissions process. We assist them with their financial aid if they're completing their FAFSAs, and also once they get accepted into a college, and if they don't know where they want to go to college, we will actually set up college tours so that we can accompany them to a college where they actually would like to visit. So we do all of those things, get them enrolled, get them accepted into college. We oversee, per se, their advising to ensure that the veterans have the correct number of credit hours needed to be taken, because you and I both know, at the college level, college advisors are one advisor to maybe
A gazillion.
200-300 people.
Yeah.
So they don't have that personal one-on-one time to get to know the veteran like we do. So it's quite easy to schedule a veteran 14 credit hours, but not knowing what that veteran is personally going through. So that's where we come in to assist, and if we need to make adjustments, we can, so that the veteran can be successful. So once the veteran actually begins courses, and we talk about this beforehand, but communication is the key. Tutoring comes into play, and how we are. Tutoring is being labeled as, if I need a tutor, that means I'm a dummy, and I'm not a dummy, so I'm not going to ask you for tutoring. Yeah. But times have changed.
Oh, yeah.
Our veterans have been out of school for quite some time, so we offer tutoring, but we also push the veterans. We also advise them, highly recommend that they use the college resources so they can get familiar with what the college resources has to offer. And our resources that we have are an extra benefit to the veterans. So we provide also the veterans with success coaching, and we have upgraded to graduation success coaching, because we want to ensure that the veterans know, you let us know what your vision is. Our responsibility to you is to assist you with completing your vision. So our graduation success coaches are there with the veterans throughout their journey.
Now, it seems to me, listening to you explain this, that veterans, during their time in the military, learn the value of being part of a team.
Yes.
And what you are doing in this college journey is providing that team, that same
team/family.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So veterans, perhaps more than anybody else, ought to understand the value of having people, to have your back.
Right.
And you need it in the military, of course, but you also need it going through whatever.
Exactly.
Including, certainly, college.
Exactly.
And I know, while this program is not Georgia Highlands only, I mean, you want the veterans in your grant program to succeed wherever it is they choose to go.
Exactly.
You have a fairly close relationship with Georgia Highlands, and quite a few of your veterans in the program at this point are attending Georgia Highlands.
Yes, currently we have 8 students that attend Georgia Highlands College.
And recruiting more.
And recruiting more. But at the end of the day, our responsibility to the veteran is to put them in a situation where they're most comfortable. Yeah. And that includes West Georgia Tech, Georgia Northwestern,
wherever.
West Georgia, yes, Chattahoochee Tech,
yeah.
Wherever.
Now, some individuals might say, well, I thought veterans received aid for college already. Why do they need an Upward Bound grant as well? But you're providing aid in a lot of different ways.
A lot of different ways through resources. Now, we do provide stipends to our veterans. We have a checklist of a few items that they need to accomplish monthly. Like, let's say if they're already going to school, tutoring. We have a couple of workshops that we will have on our calendars for our veterans, and the veterans that actually complete their checklist will receive a $40 monthly stipend. But it's what we provide the veterans, the aid that we provide is the resources, the services provided, the hands-on training that they are given is highly needed because of the fact of once they get out, they don't have that they haven't experienced that. If you have in my case, a 20-year veteran that once they retire from the military, let's say, for example, if I didn't have the opportunity to go to college, when I step out for the first time, I have no idea. I would actually work with my military person through the Veteran Affairs. They'll assist me with my military paperwork, but as far as going to a college and knowing what to ask the advisors, knowing what to ask the admissions person, that's where I'm lost. And the way the system is set up right now, the admissions people, the advising people have so many other different people that they're dealing with. They don't have that time to provide a one-on-one with people. Yeah. And it's not a knock against the colleges. It's just a fact of the way life is right now. Yeah. So everybody's being pulled so many different ways. That's why our program is very much needed, more now than ever before, because people are looking to, go get a CDL training at a technical college, but they don't know the process or the steps, nor do they want somebody to take advantage of them.
Right. And
that's where we come in. We assist and we make sure that does not happen.
You are advocates.
We're the advocates.
So veterans that maybe started college and stopped could be eligible for this.
Yes.
Veterans who have never started college but might be interested, they're certainly
yes
eligible. So really, and there's some other categories too.
Yes.
They really need to reach out to you to talk about their eligibility. So we only have half a minute left. So let's talk about contact. And so the website again is learnfoundationinc.org. Is there another way to reach you?
My personal cell number, 678-428-1076. They can give me a call day or night. If I don't pick up the first time, text me, and then I'll get right back to you. The biggest thing that we have not talked about, Doc, this is a no-cost educational program.
It's free to them.
It's free. Membership is free. Services are free. I've constantly heard that, guess what? This is not a scam.
And it's also no longer a show because we are out of time. Coach Dr.
Thank you,
Lemelle,
Doc.
thank you. Thanks for what you do. Thank you for being with us on Community Watch. We'll see you next time.